I'm Brian Martell. I'm the Chief Creative Officer of Gearbox Software. It's an extremely special title because it is the first time that we're really going to be able to, in some ways, have the sequel we always wanted to have from the movie Aliens. It is also the sort of grandfather of all Space Marines, if you will. So it sets up everything that this industry has been borrowing from or arguably stealing from for years. I mean, from Halo to even Call of Duty, all of these things have some reference or some inspiration derived from Aliens. And so I think Aliens Colonial Marines is something that's going to be really special. It's not sort of a day-and-date movie property. It's a standalone property that is its own universe, and it's exceptional. And we're just happy and proud to be being able to be a part of it. Well, the influence was what came from Ridley Scott and I having a meeting about doing maybe a different game. And at that meeting, we started talking a bit about Alien, and he brought out his storyboards and was showing us and kind of walking through a lot of them with us and explaining some of his intent with the derelict and the jockey scene and where the aliens had come from and a little bit of those kind of things. So that kind of inspiration helped us to impart that into some areas of the game. And then he's gone on to do Prometheus and things like that. So obviously it is an influence for us to have him just in some ways having referenced it. But he's not directly involved with the game itself per se. I think that what's really important about this game is that it is a very cinematic feel. I mean, it's based on something that is an exceptional piece of cinema that James Cameron made, and I think it's the sort of penultimate, sort of Space Marine. Obviously it's started all that. So I think it's really important that it has a cinematic feel. But I think the game you'll find isn't just non-stop action. In a demo like this, we want to make sure that you're entertained the whole time. So it's a lot more dense than even the real game will be from moment to moment. So we pretty much just fill it with everything we possibly can because we want to entertain people who are watching the demo. But the reality is that the game will have a lot of nuance. It will have a lot of ups and downs, quiet parts where you're scared, what you would expect from sort of survival horror, and then you'll have times where it's high action, which is really what the movie was a lot alike. It was a lot like. It didn't have the kind of things that Alien had, which was a true survival horror in space. This has to have the high action, and it has to have some scary moments. Yeah, the soundtrack isn't available yet, and I expect that it will be post-launch. It is being done by Kevin Ripple, who has looked to both, Alien for inspiration and Aliens for inspiration, getting out of both movies, the sort of feel and what you would expect. And I think he's done a really good job of being inspired by those movies and their soundtracks and being able to apply them to us. He's also was the guy that did the soundtrack for Gears of War. So he has a very Aliens kind of sound already, so he was the perfect fit for us.